Hi there. Hi there. Welcome. I'm sort of going live on numerous things right now, so I just want to make sure everything is going. Yay! Well, hello there. So my name is Gretchen from Balance to the Core, and I thought it would be fun to do a live workout. Yay! So we'll be here for about 20 minutes. And if you don't know me, my workouts entail a lot of the Pilates principles. So we'll work breath, control, alignment, precision, flow, and really work from the inside out. So I'm all about sort of strengthening you from the inside out, empowering you, having you feel good. All of my workouts are low impact, so anyone can do it, and please modify with anything that doesn't feel right in your body. This is all about making it right for you. I will give you modifications that you can do, but if they don't work for you, just listen to your body and do whatever feels good, because that's what it's about. It's about movement that has you feeling wonderful, inspired, and ready to sort of just take on your day, okay? So what you need today is nothing, just you and your mat. So why don't you go ahead, grab your mat now while I get started and kind of chat for a little bit. So we'll be here 20 minutes, and if you are going to see this recorded, no worries. You can actually watch this and come back to it whenever you would like. And let's get started, shall we? And I'll just note that if you want to see me more on a consistent basis, you'd like to work out with me more on a consistent basis, I do have a link in the description of where you can find me on a regular basis, and you have a free 2-week trial, okay? So let's get started. So what I want you to do, and hopefully we can all see me, yay, good. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand with our feet sit bone distant apart, all 10 toes facing forward. All right, your hips are square, your pelvis is neutral, belly in, ribs in, then bring those shoulders back and down. And all I want you to do is sort of really stand here, get equal weight on both feet, breathe, and then just start to roll those shoulders back and down. And when you roll them back, it should feel really good, because I'm sure you're used to flexed over quite a bit in your day. So just feel what it feels like to be in control of that opening. And now we're going to reach our arms up towards the ceiling on an inhale. And then exhale, release it down. Again, inhale, lift up. Feel those ribs pull in as you stretch your body long. And one more time, deep inhale. And then on your next exhale, just let your head fall towards the floor. Let it drop, let it relax. Take an inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll it up, stack it up through the spine. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up, stretch it up. And then exhale, just let it go on down. Let it go, release. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll it up, scoop that belly in, reach it up. And exhale it down. And then just roll it up, stack it up through the spine, and take those legs out wide with a little bit of a turnout, and bring the right knee over towards the side. I want you to stick your hips back. Push them evenly back. So you're not sinking into your hip, you're pushing your hips back. And we're gonna go side to side. Just press, press. Now keep your belly in, keep your shoulders square. Your hips are pushing to the back. Your heart is above your hips. And then you want to feel as if your knee is pushing out to your pinky toe. So I know it's sort of a lot to think about, but really all of those details is where you see results, is where you get your body really feel good and work efficiently. And if this is too much on your back and your knees, you can stay more upright. So bring your pelvis under your shoulders, okay? And then you can pick up the pace a little bit and just warm it up. Press. Just lunging it side to side. We're going to add some arms. I just want you to reach. Stretch. Good. And make sure you're breathing. Good. So we're just going to get movement in the body for 20 minutes. It's called core fusion. So you're going to really feel your belly, your abs, your belly and abs are the same thing, your hips, your glutes, your inner thighs, all are going to be working hard today. So let's warm them up so we get a good, efficient warm up so we don't hurt ourselves. And if you feel like reaching the arms up a little further, you can. If that adds tension to your neck and shoulders, keep it at chest or belly height. We got 10, 9, and 8. Make sure you're pressing those knees towards your pinky toes, okay? Super important to activate the outer hip. Stretch it long. Maybe get a little deeper in those stretches. And go at a pace that works for you. We're going to do one more each side. Good. And then just come to center. And then scoop your belly. And then go out into a little bit of an extension as you stick your hips back. 2 more times. Stretch. And press it back. Just warming up that spine. 1 more time. Scoop. Press it out. Find your neutral spine. Let's look over one shoulder. Feel that twist. And then come to center and look over the other shoulder. Good. And come to center. 1 more each side. You can push your hips back and forth if that feels good. And come to center 1 more time. Press it over. And come to center. Scoop your belly. Roll it up. Bring those legs back into center. Right underneath the hip bones. Little athletic squats. Just down and up. So I'll give you a little profile view here. Your booty is sticking back. Can't really see my toes, can you? Keep going back and forth. And you want to make sure your knees don't go beyond your toes. You're sticking your hips back like you're about to sit in a chair that's a little too far away from you. So the knees do not push forward. You want to keep your chest above your hips. You don't want to go down like this. Just make sure your chest stays right above those hip bones. Weight isn't the heel. And as you squeeze up, be sure you don't squeeze forward where you press into your low back. Just really elongate heel to seat. And you can add some arms here. Press and up. Let's go. 8 and up. 7. Shoulders down, heart open. 4 more times. Doing great. 4 and squeeze. Breathe. 2 more. On our last one, let's hold it down there and just reach your arms forward. All right, so you want to be careful you're not arching your low back. Scoop your belly and maybe you come up a little bit higher. I want you to feel that upper seat. All right, so get yourself into a position where you feel right in that band of upper seat muscles. Squeeze your seat really actively. Put your mind there. Because you know what's funny is your butt won't automatically work unless you put your mental power there. It's easy to hang out in those hips, right, and not feel them. It's sort of like a release. I want you to squeeze it. Get into the abs, get into the seat, and just hang out there. Make sure your inner thighs are active. Your shoulders are pulled back. Your ribs are hugging in towards your spine. And then maybe you can sink it a little bit deeper. And then from here, we're going to go down for 2, up for 2. We go down, 2, up, 2, down, right in the seat. Try not to go into the low back. Press into those heels. Make sure the knees aren't shooting forward. Notice how my knees, they're just very stable. And it's coming from my hip pulling back. My seat squeezing. 4 more. It's 4. Shoulders hug back down my back. 2 more. Good. We got 1 more here. And then find that sweet spot where you can really just hang out, okay? We're going to take our hands into heart center, pushing into our palms. Just hold that and maybe sink a little bit deeper here. All right, now we got big range of motion. We come up, we press down for 8, 7. Be sure you're not pushing through the pelvis. 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to hold it down on 1. Hold it. Now reach your arms forward again. We're going to lift up our heels. And just make sure you can kind of hang out there. You don't want to lift up too much. And then maybe sink a little deeper. Good. And then I want you to press your arms down and then back behind you. And then give me little pulses here for 8, 7. Make sure you're equal on the whole ball of the foot. From the big toe knuckle to the pinky toes. 4, 3, 2. We're going to stay right there. You're doing great. Can you sink a little bit deeper? Squeeze your seat a little bit more. Now we're going to reach our arms forward. We're going to take them back into heart center. All right, so now all I'm going to do is take my pelvis vertical. I'm not going to straighten up though. My knees stay bent like they are, but my knees push forward. My pelvis goes right underneath my chest and I hang out here. I'm going to turn for you for a second so you can see. My knees aren't going outward. They're not going inward. They're staying nice and parallel right over my ankles. All right, and I'm just hanging out here. Draw your belly in and maybe go a little bit deeper. Shoot those knees forward. Wrap your ribs in towards your spine. Lift your heart. Pull your shoulders down. Stretch energy out of the crown of your head. You're doing great. We're going to go 2 down, 2 up here. Down, down, up, up. Now, as you do this, your knees are shooting forward. I'll give you a profile view. All right? They shoot forward now. My hips stay nice and vertical. If this gets to be too much, you can always sink back. You can always lower your heels, okay? You can always go to that, back to that part. But right now, we're just up and down for 4, 3. Maybe you're getting a little shaky. I want you to breathe into that shakiness. It's good. Maybe you're feeling some tension somewhere. Breathe into that tension. We hold a lot of tension in our lives, our daily lives. Hold it. We use our breath to get out of it, to work through it, right? So breathe. Don't forget. Stretch your arms forward. All right, now stay right here and stretch your arms up. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Maybe sink down a little bit deeper. Are your heels still up? Maybe bring them up another ½ inch. Make sure your tailbone is going down towards the floor, so you're activating your seat a little bit too. Woo. Stretch your arms forward. Now we're going to pulse it 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to do big range. Come up, press down, up and down. You got 6 more. 6. If you need to hold on to something for balance, you can hold a wall, a chair, a couch, whatever you'd like. 4 more. You're doing great. And 3. Who rocks? You do. 2. 1. Good. Now stand all the way up. Lower those heels down and take a giant step forward to the front of your mat. You're going to take a step back with your right foot. Okay? Now hold right here. So I'm in a little bit of a lunge. Okay? My back heel is lifted. You don't want to push through that heel. You want to lift it up so you can activate your seat and your thighs. So squeeze that. Get that elongation. All right? And then I'm pushing into my front heel to activate my side hip and seat. Find that. Square it off. This is an active pose, so you're not just hanging out. Mental power. Push into that heel. Push into the back ball of your foot and lift that heel. Now I want to put a little bit more pressure onto that front heel, so I'm going to lean forward. I'm in one long line from my shoulder to my heel, and I'm just hanging out and bringing my heart center hands and just hold here into this lunge. Good. We're going to breathe here. Good. Now, if you want a little bit more deeper lunge, you can stay here if this is good enough, or we're going to go deeper into a lunge, press that foot a little further back, and now are pushing into our front heel. You're lifting your back heel, squeezing the seat and hamstring, and just hold and breathe. Make sure your belly is pulling up off your thigh. Hold. Pull your shoulders back so you're not rounding your back. You're nice and straight. Energy out of the crown of your head and just hold. Pushing into that front heel. Really activate it. Activate that whole front leg. Lift the back heel. Squeeze the seat. And remember, you could go into that higher lunge as well. And then we're just going to bend the back knee. Down, a little up. Down, squeeze. Be sure you're not pushing through the heel staying lifted behind you. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Now hold right here. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my fingertips off the floor just a couple of inches and just hold, pushing into my front heel, lifting my back heel and just holding straight back, shoulders down. 2 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, exhale. Take your hands back down. And now if you're at that higher lunge, I want you to come down into a plank position and just hold here for me. Nice, good plank. Hands underneath the armpits. Belly pulled in, ribs pulled in. Heels are lifted. Now I want you to soften your elbows and pull your elbow tips to the back of the room. And then feel your chest lifting off the floor without locking the elbows. We're going to pull our right knee in towards our chest on an inhale. On your exhale, stretch it long and then lower it down. Other side, you pull in towards the chest. Make sure the hips don't move. And then we elongate it back and we take it down. Pull in, reach it back, lower it down. And in, pull back, down. Make sure your elbows don't start to lock. Make sure your hips don't lift. They stay steady and square. 3 more. 3. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Pull it in. Bring it out. Hold. Lift your hips up. Now with straight legs, try to walk up to your hands. Hold in that fold over. Drop your head, relax your neck. My necklace is choking me here, sorry. And then just roll it up through the spine. You're going to take your legs out wide. We're going to turn them out. We're going to bend our knees so they go over our middle toes. Your pelvis is now straight down. We're going to go down. We're going to go up. So this is like second position for dancers. Good. So you don't want the booty to go back behind you. You can do that if it feels a little bit better for you, but you want to really try to keep the pelvis straight down. Now this is one where I see a lot where the knees roll in. You want to really activate those outer hips. So feel as if you're pushing your knees towards your pinky toes. And if it feels like too much of a stretch, just come in a little bit. Okay? Don't go as far down. You really want to go what works for the body. Don't ever push into tension. Just push enough where you're working. Now lift your elbows. Stretch your arms out long. Good. And down and up. 4 more. 4. And lift. 3. How you doing? You doing good? A little sweaty yet? You can get sweaty just by working internally, right? We don't need to be so crazy to feel the work. Hold, breathe. Pull your shoulders down. Lift your elbows up. Stretch your fingertips long. And now lift your heels 1 inch. We're going to go down for 2. Up for 2. Down. Up. Good. Breathe. Ribs into your spine. Make sure you're on the whole ball of the foot. Try not to sickle out towards those pinkies. Those big toe knuckles need a little loving too. 4 more. And 4. Oh yeah, for 3. And 2. We got 1 more. You're going to hold it down low. We're going to lower the heels. We're going to lift them up as we sink the hips a little deeper. Down, lift, up. Let's do 8 more. 8 and lift. 7, 6, 5. Can you sink deeper? 4, 3, 2. You're going to keep the heels lifted on 1 and then just elongate those legs, lower down, turn to the front of your mat. We now have the other leg going down, so it should be the left one. I think I did the right before, right? All right, so we're in a lunge. Bend your front knee. Your front knee is right over your ankle. Make sure it doesn't push beyond the toes. I see this a lot, okay? Push the knee right over the ankle. And then you want to be careful. The heel's not just hanging out behind you. Lift that heel, squeeze the seat, squeeze the hamstring, and really elongate that thigh. See how much you have to activate it? Holy cow. So it should feel just like work hanging out in this athletic lunge, okay? Hold and breathe. Now push into that front heel. What did that do? Play with it a little bit. Sort of like be a little detective with your body. When you put your mental power in specific places, you can actually change the emphasis of the move, which is pretty cool. We can do that in our everyday living too, right? Mental power, being aware, being present. You really get much more fulfillment, right? In each moment. Same thing with your workout. So push into that heel. Activate that right seat. Oh, yeah, I'm burning. All right, so now just hold and breathe. Now, if you want to take this lunge a little bit deeper, you're going to take your hands on either side of your foot and you're going to stretch that leg a little further back. Same idea though, back heel lifted, squeezing the quad up to the ceiling. Push into that front heel, really activate the front thigh and hip. Pull your belly off your thigh. Stretch your spine long with your shoulders down, energy out of the crown of the head. It's a very, very active pose here. We're stretching and strengthening at the same time. Be sure you're breathing. That proper gas exchange is going to give you more energy. Good rule for life too. Breath is our friend. Keep pushing into the center of that heel. Now, if you'd like to lift your fingertips, bend the knee, back and down. I have a tendency to do that. You could ask all my class members. Little down, little up. I'm impressed I remembered though. Down and up, 3 more. Inhale, squeeze, exhale. Come on, really squeeze that quad up to the ceiling, even when you're on the higher lunge too. And then we hold it and we breathe it. And now, stay at that high lunge or lift your fingertips just a smidge and pull your shoulders down and pull your belly in. Push into that front heel. 2 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go ahead and drop our hands back down. Take your foot back, drop your knees, and bring your fingertips forward and pull your elbow tips to the back of the room. Now, I have you on your knees for a reason, okay? Because I want you to get the most out of these push-ups. I want you to actually slide your elbows along your ribs and don't change anything in your spine. Bring your chest towards the floor and then push up in one piece. And if you can do that without sagging in the shoulders in the back, you can go up to your toes. We inhale, slide the elbows back. Exhale, push up. We got 8 more. Let's go. Inhale down. Exhale up. Breathe. Push that floor away. Try to come up in one unit. Don't push from side to side. Stay balanced and equal. 5. Push up. 4. 3 more. 3. 2 more. 2. 1 more. And push up. Press it back. Stretch into a low back lunge or stretch. And then scoop your belly and let's spin it around. I want you to take your legs a little bit wider than your hips. And then sort of turn your toes out just a smidge. And then I want you to roll your hips up to where you're resting on your low back and your ribs are in. You don't want to push too high where you're kind of pushing through your ribs. Keep them here. All right, now we're just going to lower about an inch towards the floor and then we squeeze it up. Now the same thing as when you were standing, you were pushing your knees towards your pinky toes a little bit. Same idea here. We want to get into those outer hips. Let's go for 10. 9. So you want to squeeze right where the hamstring meets the seat. And 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to keep our hips up there on 1. Think about pushing your knees beyond your toes. Push into your upper back a little bit more. Lengthen your neck. Lengthen your arms. Now slightly tilt your pubic bone up towards the ceiling and just hold and breathe. Inch movements down, squeeze up. Breathe. We got 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. How you doing? 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold it up there on 1 and then roll it down through the spine, bone by bone. Take your legs together, stretch them long, reach your arms back behind you. Full roll up to your toes, stretch them towards them, and then roll it on back. And inhale, exhale, stretch, and back. You got 3 more. If it's too much to come for a full roll up, remember I said modify where you need to, okay? If you want to just go half roll up, that's fine. If you want to stay up and do half roll back, that's fine. Whatever works for you. Or just hang out. I don't care. I want you feeling good. 1 more. And roll it. Now roll up through the spine, all the way up. Flex your feet, reach the arms up, circle them around. Bend your knees in, roll back into a little half roll back, okay? So now you're off your butt bones and you're sort of resting behind your tailbone a little bit. I want you to come up towards your tippy toes. You can't really see me, I apologize, but I'm on my tippy toes. Reaching your arms forward, we're gonna roll back just a smidge. And then exhale, we roll it forward. Now be careful you don't push through your pelvis here, okay? We're still rolled back. So pull your waistband back. Keep your waistband back even when you come forward, okay? Inhale, you can hold your thighs and keep your heels down if that's a little better for you, okay? Inhale, exhale. Now if you want a little bit of a challenge, you can take your legs up to tabletop, back to the shoulder blades, pull it up. Again, you're not pushing through the pelvis. Keep that scoop. You got 3 more. 3, 2, 1 more. Now stay right here. Stretch your legs long. Stretch your arms long and try to lift your arms up and slowly make your way down and stretch it. Ooh, long here. Good. All right. So from here, just bend one knee. Take one ankle over the other thigh. Get your hips nice and square. And then just pull your quad in towards your chest and stay centered right through the center of the spine. Make sure you're not tilting over towards that leg that's into you. Really stay square on the pelvis so the back of the pelvis stays heavy on the ground. Okay, shoulders stay down. And then let's switch. Oops, sorry. Foot down, then cross. Get yourself square first. And then Push the back of your pelvis in towards the mat as you pull your thigh in. Flex your feet. Whew. You feel good? We're just going to get into a little stretching here. So it's just a quick little routine for you on this lovely Friday afternoon on the East Coast. I don't know what time it is there for you. Pull your knees in towards your shoulders and then take the soles of your feet together and let them just rest down. We hold a lot of tension in our hips, so let's just let that go with a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Back of your pelvis just planted into the ground as well as the back of the shoulders. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then reach your arms up towards the ceiling and take them back behind you. Try not to let the ribs pop. Really stretch here. And then pull your inner thighs into you and let your knees roll to one side as you keep your shoulders down. You can even look at your opposite arm if you'd like. And then bring one leg at a time back to center. Take them over the other way and look at your shoulder. Breathe. Notice how when you breathe, you can really expand your ribs, which sort of stretches your internal organs. It feels good. Lovely. Come back to center and then use your knees to roll yourself up to a seated position. We're going to scoot it around onto all fours, hands and knees. Take your hands underneath your armpits, your knees under your hips for a nice flat back. Elbow tips towards the back of the room with a soft bend. We're going to tuck our pelvis and just round it into a cat, taking the pubic bone and the forehead towards each other, and then articulate and take it the other way. Back of the tailbone, back of the head. Towards each other with your tummy pulled in and elongated. Come to center one more time, tucking around. And then come to center and let's go the other way. Be careful you're not just crunching in, you're reaching out of the crown of your head, you're reaching out of your tailbone as those 2 points come towards each other and come to center. Tuck your toes under here. We're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. Try to push your heels down. So if you need to walk in a little bit, go ahead. Drop your head and look at your thighs. And try to get all 4 points with equal weight. Pull your shoulders down, lift your hips up, and draw your belly in. Keep trying to push your heels down as you lift those hips up. Relax your neck, shake it yes and no. And then with straight legs, try to walk towards your feet again. And you're going to stay into this fold over right here. Hang out here for me. Really let go of the neck and head and take the backs of your legs. And try to pull your chest a little deeper towards your thighs. Try to move over towards the balls of the feet a little bit so you're not sinking back into the heels. You want to come forward a little bit. Relax that head. We hold a lot of tension in our neck. Let it go. Let it go. Let the arms droop. Now like a rag doll, roll it up. Like I'm talking rag doll. Let the head, neck, and shoulders really drag down toward the floor as you come up. And then pull your shoulders back and down into their pockets. We're going to do a little side bend. So squeeze your thighs together. Push your hip out. Let's just stretch it over with the spine. Try not to stretch over with the arm. Stretch over. Now stay right here and just lower your arm. And I want you to really stretch with the spine. Now take the arm in front of you and hold right there. Now reach your arm up towards the ceiling. Now take the arm over and see if you can feel a deeper stretch in your side because it's coming from your spine now. And then come back up and move the other way. Let's stretch it over, pushing into that hip a little bit. All right, so you're moving with the spine. Just lower that arm to make sure it's the spine over there. Stretch your arm towards me. Keep reaching out of the head and then take the arm up and over a little deeper. Oh, yeah. And then come to center and then undo those legs so they're hip bone distant apart. Take a nice breathe in. We're going to be like a rag doll down to the floor. You ready? Oh, yum. You should feel yummy and gooey and all warmed and stretched. And then roll it up through the spine. And then from here, just all breathe together. Stretch up. We're breathing all around, all together. Let's find our breath together as we seal our hands together. Oh, beautiful. And then exhale. Bring it back, heart center. Yes, you did it. How good do you feel? I hope you feel really, really good. I might have gone a little bit over 20 minutes, but that's all right, right? Who cares? We love to work out, right? So how do you feel? I hope you feel really, really good. And I look forward to seeing you next week. I plan to be here sort of every Friday for you. Be sure to write in the comments sort of what you'd like to see. anything sort of barre, Pilates, core fusion-esque inspired. So I'm here for you, and I loved being with you every minute today. And if you would like more workouts, just click that link and you can find me online. So take care. Bye, guys.